Okay, happy Monday on a great day. It's a beautiful, cool autumn morning. Beautiful day, promising the very best. Hey, and like I say, come on in. Come on into my little world, at least for a moment. Almost any given day in our house, there are some white crocheted um, placemats that are brought out and sitting on the kitchen table. I use them in the morning when I'm sitting there reading my Bible or the newspaper or uh, having a cup of coffee or something like that. Quite often they're the ones we get out if there's just a few of us having a meal there. They're interesting because they're about a little over 40 years old. I think about the first year we were married, and we've been married right at 43 years now, this very week. 43 years. The thing about them, and there's six of them, is my grandmother made them for us. When she first made them and gave them to us, we'd kind of save them for special occasions because she made them. One day she said something about how you liking them and so forth and so on. And it's, yeah, well, we use them for this. She said, oh, I made those for you to use, not for you to put in a drawer. So we began to use them some 43 years later, whatever it was exactly, 42, 43 years later, since she made them. We're still using them. They're still pretty special, and every time I use them, I think about my grandmother. I think about how many times we try to remind people after we're gone. Tombstones with markings, dates, and so forth put on them. People leave behind money to build buildings, to put their names on the buildings and things like that. We like to leave a legacy behind of something that we've done. Sometimes we just want a reminder of something out there and think about the things that we do remember and how they're put into our brains. If you've ever eaten a box of Cracker Jack, you may remember the jingle that goes with that. Candy coated popcorn, peanuts and a prize. That's what you get with Cracker Jacks. Probably an even more notable one of a little later generation. Two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Aren't you glad I didn't sing either one of the jingles? Anyway, we leave behind reminders, and there are a lot of others that stick with people and we hold on to them. We want things to stick in people's minds. We want them to be reminders that we were here. We want them to know that we did something, that we had something, that we shared something. Monuments, special things. Anyway, we leave them behind. But I keep thinking about those placemats and how we use them on a regular basis. It goes back to the days when flour sacks were used and you picked them out for the print that was on them so that they could be turned into a dress for a little girl. Or maybe that box of detergent and we've got a little green saucer-like dish at the house that came out of a box of detergent. Again, it's one that my mother brought to me after my grandmother had passed away and it was in her house. It's one of those that she got out of a box of detergent. And I think about those gas stations that used to have stainless steel. Buy a tank of gas, get a piece of stainless steel tableware, use it. So many things. S&H green stamps and others like that. Kind of reminders, come and see us, do this, here's something, you buy something with it, you use it, you take it along, practical things that you can have in your life and you can be reminded, I got that because we need those. When you start thinking about the legacy of your life and what you're leaving behind, and maybe it's a little early for some of you, some of us, we better think about it soon. When you start thinking about the legacy of your life, don't just leave them a name. Don't just leave them a date. I was here. Leave them a reminder of something special. Leave them a reminder that is practical. It's good for use. Oh, monuments are great, but leave them something practical that can be used and held on to. Peter wrote near the end of his life, "Moreover, I will be careful to ensure that you always have a reminder of these things after my decease." 2 Peter 1:15. He said, there's some things I want you to remember, and I'm going to try to stir you up, and I'm going to try to leave them there so that you'll have a reminder of them even long after I'm gone. I think we all need some of those crocheted placemats. We need those things that hang around long after the person is gone, the things that we still use. And Peter said, you can still use the message. You can still use God's word. Long after I'm gone, you're still going to need it. I thank my grandmother for leaving a reminder of something that she did for us and that we use almost every day. In your legacy, think about what you can leave behind that's practical, that the people around you, the people you love, will be using long after you're gone. And me too. Hey, it's a great Monday. Good day to think about things. So go out and get them. Take care of the day. And I'm glad you're with me today, and we'll share some more thoughts down the road.